It's the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion. This is for Monday, the 25th of March. I'm Michael Groff. We begin this week with below average temperatures across the region, but of course it's late March, so that's not going to last too long as this big trough across the western states lifts on out. High pressure will take over, a warming trend sets up, and by late this week, high temperatures well up in the mid-80s for us in Phoenix. We could be approaching 90 degrees for parts of southwest Arizona, southeast California, the Imperial and lower Colorado River valleys. But don't get used to that either because, as we know, spring weather can be quite variable across the southwestern United States, and this is no exception. More forecast uncertainty creeps in by late this coming weekend and into next week. There is a potential, and I know that's a dirty word, but a potential of a significant rain event coming into the region. We'll talk about that and everything else as we dive on in. First, the almanac from yesterday, 67 degrees was the high. But that did not occur during the afternoon. In fact, that occurred just after midnight. That low temperature of 53 degrees. The averages are at 81 and 56, and we did pick up 3,700ths of an inch of rain officially in the bucket at Sky Harbor Airport. Most of that in the very, very early morning hours, a little bit in the afternoon as well, though. And so this storm system overperformed ever so slightly based on what our guidance was projecting. But hey, we'll take every drop of rain we can get because that dry season is coming up on us fast. All right. Looking outside right now at 8:15 a.m., a few clouds out there right now. 51 degrees, the temperature at Sky Harbor, dew point 42, humidity 71%. It's a light wind and the barometer rising. The upper-level weather pattern across the nation, yeah, this is the big trough that's brought in the cool and unsettled weather, not just for us in the southwest, but for much of the western states and moving out into the plains now. And this system is bringing about a mess. We've got some blizzard warnings over parts of Nebraska, South Dakota. Winter weather advisories extend from the Texas Panhandle all the way up into Minnesota. You've got some winter storm warnings up there. And out ahead of this system, obviously, we've got a number of wind advisories from the Gulf Coast all the way up to the Ohio Valley. And kind of interesting with this storm system, we've got those winter weather advisories in parts of the Texas Panhandle, where places like Amarillo could see an inch or two of snow today. But by late this week and this weekend, high temperatures over West Texas may be up in the low 80s. So Amarillo, you could see a temperature swing of about 45 degrees from today through Saturday. Pretty interesting. Now, of course, for us, all the advisories are wrapping up. They're all over with, and things are quieting down. But the convective outlook, not quite so much for parts of the country. Check this out. We've got the enhanced risk of severe storms. That's level 3 out of 5 from Monroe, Louisiana to Greenville, Jackson, Meridian, Mississippi. All modes of severe weather possible down there today, including a few strong tornadoes. That's not out of the question. And that even extends for a good portion of the southeast U.S. with this rather potent trough coming on in. And we've been fairly lucky to not have the widespread severe weather outbreaks. Well, lucky a relative term. I know the storm chasers aren't liking it, but for many of you, we have not had too many of these big severe weather events, but this one certainly looks decent today. Precipitation outlook, this is valid through Monday morning of next week. Rain amounts in Phoenix between 1/4 and 1/2 inch over the next 7 days. But much of this will come right at the end of the forecast period, or it may even happen just beyond this period. And we'll talk about that and everything else going on with our weather pattern right now as we take a look at the models, see what the future may hold. Here we go. This is the GFS. It is the 06Z run, and this is valid at 2 o'clock this afternoon. Very impressive upper trough. Very low pressure out across the plain states, the backside of this system coming on through. And there is a little short wave that may rotate in here tonight and tomorrow. We'll watch that. But for the rest of the day today, down at the surface, sunny or mostly sunny sky, a bit warmer, high temperatures upper 60s and low 70s. But that is still about 10 to 15 degrees below where we ought to be for this time of year. Could still see some rain and snow showers for parts of the eastern rim country, the mountains of Arizona, but I think around here we should generally stay dry today. Now tonight we'll start out mostly clear in the evening, becoming partly cloudy overnight with lows in the 40s, low 50s. Tomorrow, partly sunny sky. And again, with this little spoke, this little short wave that comes on through, I suppose there could be an isolated shower or thunderstorm tomorrow through the day and maybe especially in the afternoon, but That's not a great chance. I would say isolated would be the word I'd use on that. And the more than likely place you'll find those is for the terrain features of northern and eastern Maricopa County. So places like Scottsdale, North Scottsdale, maybe New River, Rio Verde, places like that, the McDowell Mountains, you're more likely to see a shower or storm tomorrow afternoon. But even at that, the chance is not great. But we'll keep that 10% chance for the valley in the forecast for tomorrow. High temperatures, upper 60s, low 70s. But that trough is going to move out of here. And Wednesday, high pressure starts to build in and a warming trend sets up. Highs mid to upper 70s with sunny to mostly sunny sky. Thursday, sunny, warmer, low to mid 80s. Friday, we're still in the low to mid 80s, but a sign of things to come. Low pressure building off the west coast, and that's looking like a pretty impressive upper low too. We could even start to see a few clouds coming into the mix on Friday, but again, it'll still be warm. Saturday highs still somewhere between about 80 to 84 with mostly cloudy sky, a lot of mid and high level clouds around. And look at that area of low pressure out there. And the GFS and some of the ensemble members really indicate an unusually strong low develops by late this weekend out there. The upper heights, some of our models project those to get under the 540 decameter mark, and that would represent the bottom 1% of upper heights for this time of year, near record low upper heights in that low pressure area off the west coast, denoting the very cold air aloft with that feature. And with that, it would be able to very effectively draw moisture northward into California and ultimately toward us as we go towards Sunday. Again, this run of the GFS has this system a bit slower, and it pushes rain into Southern California, up into Southern Nevada, maybe Western Arizona by late in the day on Sunday. We might actually wind up staying dry in Phoenix on Sunday. Right now, we've got a chance of rain in the forecast, but with model trends continuing to show a progression that's a little bit slower, that may suggest we stay dry, or at least mostly dry in Phoenix for the day on Sunday, and then the rain may wait till Sunday night next Monday to come in. Speaking of, here is next Monday, the 1st of April. That low is beginning to come on through, still pretty strong, and so a band of fairly heavy showers could be coming in here. Widespread rain, maybe heavy at times. Now, let's understand that there's a number of different solutions, a number of different ways this could play out. Our ensemble guidance shows anything from a fairly weak upper low out there that only gives us a small chance of rain all the way out to a Rex block setting up, and this low just parked out there for days and days and days, and any solution in between. But I would say the majority of ensemble guidance suggests a stronger, a deeper, colder low pressure system that comes in here early next week. And if that's the case, temperatures head down, rain chances are up, could see a decent amount of rain in here. High temperatures may well be down in the 60s once again if this verifies. This is Tuesday the 2nd. The low is still around here. It's not going to move very fast, regardless of if there's a blocking pattern or not. This is not going to be a system that moves with any quickness. And so we could still have some scattered showers in here on Tuesday if this is correct. And then going out 10 days, this is Wednesday the 3rd. Now that system's out of here. But another trough is developing along the Pacific Northwest coast, and with the upstream pattern being what it is, that may well move south in a similar manner to the previous low. May not be quite as strong, but still with stronger winds aloft and a pretty good jet dynamics forcing these systems south along the west coast, it could still wind up being a fairly deep trough. And so these periods of pronounced unsettled weather may well stay with us all the way out through the next couple of weeks. Speaking of, let's look at rainfall for Phoenix. This goes out through the 8th of April. 8th of April being our total solar eclipse across parts of the United States. It'll be interesting. We won't have a total solar eclipse here. I think it's 70-something% obscured, but nevertheless, this is the next couple of weeks. The GFS ensemble says the mean is around 2/3 of an inch. You've got one member there that's up around 2.5 inches, but every single member indicates that we're going to get wet over the next couple of weeks. European ensemble, kind of similar. The ensemble mean is up there around 3/4 of an inch, and you got quite a spread there too. temperatures off the national blend of models. Obviously, we're below average today, tomorrow, even Wednesday, but then we warm it up and highs. Hey, by Friday, it's got us in the mid, maybe even approaching the upper 80s, and then cooling off by the weekend and certainly next week with that next area of low pressure coming on in and the potential of a decent or maybe even a significant rain event here. And that is going to do it for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. My next video is due back here tomorrow morning. Should you happen to enjoy these videos, then be sure to subscribe, like, share, click that notification bell, leave those comments, questions, and suggestions. And of course, if you really like what we do here, you want to support us monetarily, click that thanks icon below the video here on YouTube. The executive producer of the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion is my one and only, the sweetest of all time, the Asian sensation and proprietor of sweetchildaz.com.org and the Facebook page of the same name, Sweet Child Arizona, talking about my Michelle. Check her out. Check out her relevant links down there in the description as well. And I, of course, as always, will encourage you to check out the streaming station. It is called KMGX. We play a lot of music. We have a lot of fun there. Myself and Michelle work on that. It's our labor of love, so do give that a listen as well if you're a music fan. And, hey, who isn't? All right. That's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. All of your continued support, so greatly appreciated. Please do be safe out there. And I want you to have yourselves an incredible rest of your Monday.